Hello. The day's winding down here at Gallant Farm. Evening is coming on. We've finished the chores. The supper dishes are all washed. Did you ever wonder how a family spent long winter evenings before the days of streaming services or television of any kind? One of the ways was with the wonderful radio. If you were a fortunate farm family in the 1930s, you might have a battery-powered radio like this one. Most farm families didn't have electricity until the end of the 1930s or even early in the 1940s. And so people were still relying on kerosene lamps for light and battery-powered things or human-powered things to operate. Mom might be sitting, even though the day's work is done, you're still not going to waste your time while you're sitting here listening to the radio. So she might be darning socks, working on some patchwork, mending clothes. Dad's mending harnesses or whittling, maybe reading the Farmer's Almanac. And the kids are right here in front of the radio playing a board game or looking through the Sears catalog, the online shopping of the day. But the radio brought the families together just like Netflix does today. So one of the important things the radio was used for was Franklin Roosevelt used it very effectively. He was the first president to use the radio, and his first speech to the American public was just a few days after his inauguration in March 1933, and he spoke about the banking crisis at the time. And the things that he told the American people at that time calmed a lot of the fears and gave people some hope that the Great Depression might come to an end at some point. During his 12 years of presidency, he did use the radio quite effectively through lots of turbulent times to calm people's fears. Why don't we listen to just a little bit of that first speech that he made?
My friends, I want to talk for a few minutes with the people of the United States about banking. To talk with the comparatively few who understand the mechanics of banking, but more particularly with the overwhelming majority of you who use banks for the making of deposits and the drawing of checks.
All of his fireside chats are available online. It might be fun for the family to look those up and listen to some of those. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.